Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Dear students, welcome you all in Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Today is our 24th video lecture for second year students, boys and girls. I'm your mathematics teacher, Mrs. Rozia Imran. Exercise 2.6, first two question, all parts I already discussed in previous lecture. Today we will start new concept and new question number 3 of exercise 2.6. So before going to start new exercise, first we study the hyperbolic functions, derivative of hyperbolic functions. You know, the hyperbolic functions are defined by sine hyperbolic x. We already study it in first chapter, e power x minus e power minus x over 2. This is the value of sine hyperbolic x. And cos hyperbolic x, same, just this negative sign will convert it in positive. And tangent hyperbolic x, you know that that is equal to sine hyperbolic divided by cos hyperbolic. So sine value divided by cos value, 2 cancel, so you get this e power x minus e power minus x divided by e power x plus e power minus x. The reciprocal of these functions are defined is cosecant hyperbolic x is 1 over sine hyperbolic x. So the reciprocal of sine hyperbolic value will come for cosecant hyperbolic x. And the secant hyperbolic x is again the reciprocal of cos hyperbolic x. So the value, this value reciprocal will come for secant hyper. Same is for cotangent. Cotangent is the inverse of tangent. So inverse of tangent means that this one value inverse will come. The positive sign will come in numerator and the negative sign come in the denominator. So the derivative of the hyperbolic function sine hyperbolic x is cos hyperbolic x. Cos hyperbolic x is sine hyperbolic x. Look, it's different from the simple derivative of cos. Simple derivative of cos is minus sine x, but here cos hyperbolic x is sine hyperbolic. You memorize it just like formula, the derivative values which you memorize for the previous one. Tangent hyperbolic x is secant square hyperbolic square x, and cotangent hyperbolic is minus cosecant hyperbolic square x, and secant hyperbolic x is minus secant hyperbolic x into tangent, and cosecant hyperbolic x is minus cosecant hyperbolic x and cotangent hyperbolic x. So the negative is for secant, cosecant and cotangent, means that the inverse, for the inverses only minus sign will come. Now the proof of the first is given. Sine hyperbolic x is how equal to e power x plus e power minus x over 2. Sine hyperbolic x is how equal to cos hyperbolic x. You know, sine hyperbolic x is equal to e power x minus e power minus x over 2. So you take the derivative on both sides. So when you take the derivative on both sides, so derivative of that value e power x minus e power x divided by 2. So 1 over 2 will come in the coefficient, and the derivative of the exponential power e power x minus e power minus x. So you know that the derivative of the first function minus derivative of the second value e power minus x. This 1 over 2 as it is, e power x derivative is e power x, and further derivative of the exponent x is 1. Here e power minus x derivative is e power minus x, and further derivative of the exponent minus x is minus 1. So this minus sign and this minus sign multiply, it will be plus. So we get e power x plus e power minus x over 2, which is equal to cos hyperbolic x. So we prove it that how sine hyperbolic x is, the derivative of sine hyperbolic x is equal to cos hyperbolic. So similarly as above, you do all these proofs. So here you have given the proof of cotangent hyperbolic x is how cotangent hyperbolic x is equal to minus cosecant square cosecant hyperbolic square x. So cotangent hyperbolic x, you know that that is e power x plus e power minus x divided by e power x minus e power minus. You take the derivative on both sides. So here it's given in form of fractions. You apply the quotient rule, the denominator square, denominator derivative of the numerator minus numerator derivative of the denominator. So this one value you copy as it is, e power x derivative is e power x, e power minus x derivative is e power minus x, and further derivative of minus x is minus 1. And minus this one value you copy as it is, and derivative of e power x is e power x, and derivative of e power minus x is e power minus x, and this minus x further derivative is minus 1. Here this one value you copy as it is, minus plus minus, and this one value you copy as it is, minus minus plus. Now this one is given in form of square and this one is given because both are same value, so powers added. So e power x minus e power minus x whole square minus e power x plus e power minus x whole square. So you apply a minus b whole square formula and a plus b whole square formula. So a square e power 2x, b square e power minus 2x, and minus 2 into a e power x and e power minus x. Similarly here e power 2x a square plus b square e power minus 2x plus 2ab 2 into e power x e power minus x. Now open the bracket, e power 2x as it is, this one as it is, this one as it is, negative sign multiply inside, so it will be minus, this one will be minus, and this one will be minus. So this you know that e power x and minus x bases are same, so power added, so x minus x power x and minus x cancel, so power 0, anything power 0 is 1, so it's only 2 will come, and here in this only 2 will come. So this one cancel with the negative and plus 1 cancel with the negative, you get minus 4 divided by e power x minus e power minus x whole square. So if you write it in form of square, so it will be equal to 2 divided by e power x minus e, so which is equal to minus cosecant hyperbolic square x. So this is the proof of the cotangent hyperbolic x is equal to minus cosecant hyperbolic square x. And for secant hyperbolic x value, you write the secant hyperbolic x value, and here e power x plus e power minus s power is 1, so when you take it in the numerator it will be minus 1, so 2 is considered as a coefficient, so power will come in the coefficient, and from power you subtract 1, it will be minus 1 into minus 1, and further derivative of without power, e power x plus e power minus x. This one you copy as it is, minus 1 multiply with minus 2, and derivative of e power x is e power x, derivative of e power minus x is e power minus x, and further derivative of the exponent minus x is minus 1. So this minus 2 divided by this one value, because this is negative power, so it will shifted in the denominator, so it become positive, and here minus 1 multiply with plus, so you get e power x minus e power minus x. Now you get this value if you split it into two parts, so minus 2 divided by e power x plus e power minus x, and e power x minus e power minus x divided by e power. So this represents secant hyperbolic x value, and this represent tangent hyperbolic x value. So like this you have prove it that secant hyperbolic x is equal to minus secant hyperbolic x and tangent hyperbolic. Sometimes it will come in the exam that prove it that secant hyperbolic x is equal to minus secant, in the same way all these. So the sixth one part you do it just like the fifth one. So these are the proofs. Now come to the next, and the inverse function, inverse hyperbolic function. If you have inverse hyperabolic function, you memorize these values. Sine hyperabolic inverse x is 1 over under root 1 plus x square, and cos hyperabolic inverse function is same, but x square will come in the start, x square minus 1. Tangent hyperabolic inverse function is 1 over 1 minus x. Cotangent is 1 over 1 minus x square. Minus 1 over 1 minus x square. That is cotangent. Here the cotangent value is written wrong. And secant hyperabolic inverse function is minus 1 over under root x over minus 1 divided by x into under root 1 minus x square. And cosecant is minus 1 divided by x under root 1 plus x square. So the proof of these are also given, so you can check it on page number 86 in your book and do these proofs. Now come to the question number 3. Question number 3 is, the first one function is cos hyperbolic 2x. So you differentiate with respect to x, dy by dx, derivative of cos hyperbolic 2x. You know that cos hyperbolic 2 cos is sine hyperbolic 2x, and further derivative of theta 2x, that is equal to 2. So 2 will come in the coefficient 2 sine hyperbolic 2x. Second one, you do it just like the first. Sine hyperbolic 3x derivative will be cos hyperbolic 3x, and then you take the further derivative of 3x, it will be 3. So 3 will come in coefficient and you will get 3 into cos hyperbolic 3x. So you try it by yourself. Come to the third one. Here you have the inverse function, tangent hyperbolic inverse sine x. Very, very important. So tangent hyperbolic inverse, when you shift it at left hand side, so it will be converted into positive. Tangent hyperbolic y is equal to sine x. Now you differentiate with respect to x. So tangent hyperbolic y, you know that tangent hyperbolic y is equal to secant hyperbolic square y, and then further derivative of y is dy by dx, and sine x derivative is cos x. This secant hyperbolic square y multiply at this side, shifted at other side, it will be divided. And you know that secant hyperbolic square y is equal to 1 minus tangent hyperbolic square y. How? Look, you know that sine cos hyperbolic square theta minus sine hyperbolic square theta is equal to 1. And 1 minus tangent hyperbolic square theta is equal to secant hyperbolic square theta. So sine x is equal to tangent hyperbolic y. So you put the value of this secant hyperbolic square y, 1 minus tangent hyperbolic square y. So tangent hyperbolic y is equal to sine x. This is already given in the question. If you check that sine x is equal to tangent hyper, so you put the value 1 minus sine square x. You know that 1 minus sine square x is equal to cos square x. The identity use here, identity use, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So sine cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. So cos square and cos cancel, and you get 1 over cos x. 1 over cos x is equal to secant x. Come to the fourth part. Here you have given y equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x cube. So this sine hyperbolic inverse, you shifted at left hand side, it become positive. Sine hyperbolic y is equal to x cube. Differentiate with respect to x both sides. So derivative of sine hyperbolic y is cos hyperbolic y, and further derivative of y is dy by dx. And x cube derivative, the power will come in coefficient, and from power you subtract 1, so you get 3x square. Here dy by dx, cos hyperbolic y divided here, and cos hyperbolic y is equal to under root 1 plus sine hyperbolic square y, and sine hyperbolic y is equal to x cube. So x cube square, so that will be power 6. The fifth one you do it by yourself. Now come to the sixth part. Sixth part is again, this is the inverse function. When you shift it at the left hand side, it will be sine hyperbolic y x over 2. So differentiate with respect to x. Sine hyperbolic y is cos hyperbolic y, and dy by dx here 1 over 2. X derivative is 1 and 1 over 2 you will get, and you cos hyperbolic y multiply here, shifted at other side, so 1 over 2 cos hyperbolic y. Again this identity use, cos hyperbolic square y minus sine hyperbolic square y is equal to 1. So sine hyperbolic square y when shifted at other side, so cos hyperbolic square y is equal to this. So you put this value here, because here simple given, so take square root on both sides, so you will get this value. And the sine hyperbolic y value is given x over 2, so here square given, so x over 2 square, and you get this one 1 over 2 under root 4 plus x square, we take LCM, divided by 2. So divided by 4, so when you take out from the under root, so it will be 2, so 2 and this 2 cancel, and you get 1 over under root 4 plus x square. I hope you will understand it. If any difficulty, any question, you can ask in Zoom meeting class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.